Week number 9, we've come to the end, at least of the regular season, and the Bears sit at 8-0. One of, I think, what did I count? 23 teams in the state of Iowa still undefeated. So, hey, what a way, even though you're up 27-6 at halftime and lose the second half 14-3, still a win, still a district championship Friday night for the Bears.
And the 19th in the history of the school, since 1992 actually, and the 26th district or conference champion of the school. These kids talked about before the beginning of the season when we had them on media day. They gave us some goals. A lot of them were telling us, on camera, 1-0 each week. I'm only thinking about the Mount Vernon scrimmage or the West Liberty football game, the first game of the season. When they were off the camera, like, oh yeah, district championship is our goal. That's our first goal. After that, we go from there. Well, they've already achieved that, so they got congratulations. You've punched your ticket into the 2017 playoffs.
And it was a hard-fought game like we knew it would be with Tipton. I mean, again, another week that you're taking on a team Friday night that sub-500 record, but, again, they were a lot better than that. And, I mean, they showed it just that old-school offense, just power football, and they moved the ball at times against the Bears. And luckily we were able to make some adjustments when we needed to and get enough points to win that game. But it wasn't an easy test for the Bears on Friday.
No, and they saw that shiny, mythical Cedar County Championship trophy. They had their sights set on it. Unfortunately, they came up a bit short, but West Branch was rolling along. The Bears were rolling along. Just like that, boom, they're up 27-6 going into half, get the ball back at the beginning of the halftime, at the beginning of the third quarter, driving at midfield, and then an interception happens, and it just absolutely turned the game around. It's oh boy, what's going on? Tipton goes out and scores, Bears 3 and out. Tipton goes down and scores, Bears 6 plays and a fumble. And then all of a sudden the score is 27-20. Bears can't get anything really going on offense, and then they finally, the last drive, got a few things going and were able. Bo Cornwell, yet again with his foot, comes to the rescue to give the Bears a good enough cushion to where they didn't have to worry about it. But 8-0, Stephen, by 1 point or 10 points, I guess it doesn't really matter.
And, again, another week that Tanner Lukowski not in there, at least offensively.
Right.
He did play a little bit special teams-wise, but Cheeseman stepped in, did some things he needed to. A little bit tougher sledding for him, but he was still able to eventually grind his way through. And, that offensive line still finding their way, still coming together in different ways. And so, it's exciting for me, the fact that we've done so well. We are 8-0, and I still don't think we've played our best football. I think there's still some room to improve as well as we've done so far.
And Bo Cornwell's feet running the football last week came to a little bit more of the showcase. The last couple of weeks, he's at 35 yards rushing, and I think a little bit over 50 to 55 yards rushing last week, somewhere in there last week. So he's progressing with that, which is what we saw in that very small conglomerate of plays that we got to watch from 2016. He beat you here, but more so with his feet last year. This year, it's been about 1,800 yards of this, 1,802, which is a new school record, by the way. And is that right, Matt? 1802? Okay, we're on the same page. Good deal. Checks, okay.
We carried the
Yeah, and now he's a little over 200 yards rushing, and I think that that's part of West Branch is still going, and it's all predicated upon what he's done with his arm. So people are starting to respect more of the passing game, and now he's taking some more things, taking control with his feet, gives the Bears just one more level of weapons as they go forward.
And that moves us into week number 9. Head up to Clayton Ridge, Guttenberg, a nice little hour and 45-minute, 2-hour bus ride. And nice country up there this time of year. A lot of leaves have changed colors and everything. But situation that, hey, you've got that district title, but it feels a lot better going in the playoffs at 9-0 rather than 8-1. You do not want to sleep on this game because even though Clayton Ridge is mathematically out of the playoffs, they still would love to knock us off, give us our only loss of the season.
Yeah, you hope the kids, I know the coaches won't let them do that, but you hope they don't go into this game Friday, Stephen, with that, oh, well, we can lose and we're still this, we're still in, we're still that thing. We lost, it's okay, we're still in. No, you're right. You want to be 9-0. You want to finish to be one of the 15 teams in the history of the program that have ever finished a regular season 9-0. You want to be that specifically when this team, and you know who you are. I'm going to call you out right now. Newspapers and things did not give this team any hope of being the first or second place finisher in this district. None of you ranked them. None of you did this or that. And this team proved you wrong. They had that chip on their shoulder all year that nobody thought we could do these things. And then maybe because of what they've never been able to do as this class. But they did it, and hats off to them. And hopefully they continue to prove people wrong week by week, game by game. But, yeah, don't overlook the Eagles on Friday night on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Clayton Ridge team that, look out. They were tied for first in the district for a while. They've come across some injury bug. The competition's gotten a little bit stronger for them as well. But, it's a case that they're very physical. They're well coached. They maybe have to adjust, kind of like we did last year when we go to our third-string quarterback. They're down to their second, third-string quarterback and, trying to adjust some things on the fly. But, again, very physical game I'm expecting Friday night. If you remember last year, and, it's not going to be an easy another easy task up there Friday night.
Man, they may have been the most athletic team West Branch faced last year, Stephen, with quarterback Jace Moore. Then they had a triple-headed receiver monster. Robbie Swears being one at 6'6". Sawyer Schmelzer did a lot of the dirty work. I think he caught the deciding touchdown in overtime. And they had another receiver, I can't even remember his name, but they had 3 kids that were basically, 400 or 500+ yard receivers for last year. And Moore was one of those once-in-a-generation quarterbacks that you get at a small school. You don't see many kids with that quick of a release that can bring it up to about 30 yards just with the heat like he did the last few years for the Eagles. But, yeah, you're right. That injury bug, when you're a small school and you have a few injuries and they start, sort of steamrolling down, it's tough to catch up. You said West Branch was on their third-string quarterback, but they were on their first-string tight end at quarterback. Yeah. So who was a fantastic athlete in Cooper Cobbler. We just had to use him. It was the best athlete and the best decision, and he did it as well as he could do it, and he did a very good job for what he did. But we feel the pain of the Eagles. We know how that injuries feel, specifically when you start playing some of the better teams. Those things can kind of catch up to you. But don't sleep. I think Friday night, again, it's like the third time I think I've said this. This is the last game that they have. This is the only chance they get to be on the stage for their seniors till never. Yeah. Next year, the junior class that's strong, TJ Willie at quarterback, Eric Sarazua, remember that name. It's fun to say, and he's a slippery little running back. Remember that name. But this is it for them. They got to win or lose. That's the only option they have on Friday.
Well, we're going to have all the coverage for you. About a 7:30 start time. Fresh Off will be starting at 5 o'clock. We'll have the varsity action after that. Our pregame starts right around 7 o'clock. We'll have it for you right here at westbranchfootball.com.